Esports Coaching, Homegrown Mushroom Kits, nail spas. These are just 3 of the most profitable business ideas backed by data that you should be looking into if you want to start a business in 2021. For this video, we partnered up with our friends at Trends. They are a team of analysts, data scientists, journalists who obsessively track business ideas and up-and-coming startups. Make sure to check them out in the link below. Let's dive in. First off, male grooming. So thank you. I'm so glad that this is becoming a huge industry and a huge opportunity. They have grown over 200% in the past 5 years, from a $47 billion industry to over $140 billion in sales. That is wild about male grooming. Let me give you some internet searches just to blow your mind a little bit more in the past year. Men's moisturizer, up 300%. Beard growth kit, let's go boys, over 200%. Anti-aging, up 40%. And men's skincare, over 34% increase in internet searches. This industry is growing and huge. You want to look for these tidal waves to be a part of as you're starting any type of business out there. Let me show you an interesting way to see which kind of categories and opportunities are growing fast. Look at how the subreddits are growing. So how many people are actually interested in this topic? And so if you look at male hair advice, male grooming, male polish, just kidding, it's polish. These things have exploded in growth in the past few years. So if you're thinking about any type of business opportunity, maybe check out the subreddit subscriber numbers. So a few brands who have already started in the space, just to kind of plant some seeds, are Dollar Shave Club. These guys have sold, I think, for over $1 billion to Gillette, and they were one of the first brands to innovate. And one thing to realize, Gillette started years ago as just a tiny, small-ass brand. So for yourself, just get your tiny, small-ass brand started today so that you can be a giant-ass company in the future. Next up is one of our very good buddies, is the Beard Brand dudes. I use the Utility Balm. They have deodorant. They have such an array of products. And the wild thing is they started as a blog and YouTube channel, and they have turned this into a very large, successful business. Something for you to think about. No matter what business that you have out there, you should definitely be adding a YouTube component to promote your products and reach a larger audience. So very excited to see that these guys have had so much success. Last up is Pete and Pedro, my buddy Aaron from Alpha M channel, a lot more skin cares. And again, same kind of thing, built up an audience on their YouTube channel and said, hey, here's some cool products that we can directly sell to our audience. So here's some opportunities for you to consider in this category. One is makeup for men. I don't know, but it's happening. Over 33,000 searches a month. And from a 2019 poll, we found that over 1/3 of men under 45 would consider trying makeup. Would you? I'd probably try it if there's like foundation, something to kind of get rid of my wrinkles. Next up is a category and opportunity that I am so excited about, and I hope becomes gigantic, is male spas. I don't know about you, but I love a good sauna. I love a good hot tub. The male spa treatment category was over $50 billion in 2017, and it's supposed to grow 20%. And the amount of Google searches for men's spa is at over 20,000 searches a month. That is crazy. One of the things that's crazy about spas specifically is that 50% of people who go to spas are a man. How many men out there have done a mani-pedi or a facial? Don't lie. And if you haven't, it's amazing. If you guys create more Russian or Korean spas, let me know. I'll go to a spa with you, my treat. So what do I think about this space? One, I love it because I'm a dude. And women, y'all been looking good for so long. I'm glad that guys can now try to look just as good as you. This category, again, what you want to be looking for in any business you're doing is a category that's becoming a tidal wave. So you can be on your little surfboard, riding a big ass wave, making a lot of money from it. I'm a fan that this category is getting bigger because I want more things to make myself look sexier. I'd love to hear in the comments, why do you think this category is becoming so much popular today? I don't really know. I'd love your take on that. Next up is a category I literally know nothing about, but it's exciting, and I'm sure you've heard of it as well. It's called esports. It's like the MLB or NFL for games. So get this, and I'm sure you may have heard this quote before, but League of Legends World Championship had more than 100 million viewers, more than the Super Bowl in viewership. And then the esports market size is supposed to grow to over $6 billion by 2027. It was $1 billion last year. It just got started. Think about this again, guys. NFL started as a small-ass league that was actually scattered for many, many years, and only recently people are making tremendous amounts of money from it. I am not a big gamer, but I like trying to see what business ideas are happening and not happening so I can get inspired in my own categories. Here's 2 big brands already in the space. One is G Fuel, like Red Bull for gamers. I don't really get the entire difference, but they have over 600,000 searches a month. This is an extremely popular product that if you haven't heard of it, you're probably not into gaming, which is great. As well, if you're building any products, how do you make it specifically for a specific type of customer where you can have an advantage, just like G Fuel has done with this product. Another product in the same esports gaming category, Secret Lab. It looks like gamer chairs. Honestly, it looks like Costco chairs where they just put a logo on it. Don't entirely get it, but they're targeting a very specific customer. And for your business ideas, maybe you can target a very narrow audience. Here are some interesting opportunities for you to think about within this category for yourself. I just searched gaming monitor. Looks like there's a bunch of monitors around that. There's a lot of searches for gaming chairs, gaming desks, gaming headsets. Think about this, there's gaming Red Bull. What other types of drinks or food do gamers need? Yeah, supplements, maybe there's a certain type of food, maybe there's a certain type of protein bar. The opportunity is interesting. Maybe you can copy from another category into the esports category. So next up is esports coaching. There's Tiger Woods has a coach. I have a chess coach. The gaming industry alone already is about $1 billion in coaching. And Fiverr showed a 43% jump in demand for this coaching in Q1 of 2020. I know my buddy Eric has a League of Legends coach, so it's a huge opportunity to create information about it or be a coach yourself. And last up is gamer dating. So we found that over 27,000 people a month are searching for gamer dating. I think that's great. So what other kind of categories could you connect? Maybe it's gardener dating. Maybe it's farmers only. Oh, they already have that. Anyways, I love that that's a business idea you can do with a lot of different types of people's interests. So what's my take on esports? I got two things for you. Number one, please don't chase opportunities. I know I've done it many, many times in my career, and it has always fallen on my face when it happens, which is like, oh, esports is gonna be big, I'm gonna go do it. Just solve your own problems. That's it. Always solve your problems first, and you will always be satisfied, and you will more likely have a successful business. The second thing is that when you are hearing any business idea, or basically any new type of company, please try not to dismiss it first. I know when I've heard about Snapchat, I dismissed. When I heard about esports, I dismissed. Most things seemed silly and started small. So it doesn't mean you have to go do them, but at least look at them, try to understand them a bit, and be like, oh, I get it. Cool, not my thing, move on, but now I have some knowledge. Hey you! I'd love to build a deeper relationship with you and get to know you better. Every single Friday, I answer all of your business and marketing questions in my live office hours for subscribers. I've started multiple 7- and 8-figure companies like AppSumo.com. I was number 30 at Facebook, number 4 at Mint, and I'd love to help you on your own business journey. So make sure to hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you get notified when we do our next live office hours. Next up is sleep optimization. I love this category. I'm super excited that now people are taking it way more seriously, and it's a huge opportunity for people to create businesses out of. So in 2017, it was a $30 to $40 billion industry based on a McKinsey report, and they're expecting that to be over a $100 billion market by 2023. This is the type of category you guys should be looking at. And there's some big brands in the space, but there's still a lot of opportunity. I'm gonna talk about both. Some of the brands are Oura Ring. You guys have seen a lot of these hipster people wear Oura Ring to track their sleep. I love it, I have one. Casper Mattress or Tufted Needle. There's also gravity blankets where you feel like you're in a womb, don't quite get it. There's also really like Tufted Needle pillows, which I have, or like Uller bed jets. You guys seen those? Pretty wild. And there's also a lot of books and information coming out about how to optimize your sleep. I love that this is becoming so much more popular. There is a ton of opportunities in the space of sleep. Number one is sleep education. Matthew Walker put out a book, which is literally just touching the surface of sleep. So there's websites, courses, videos, reviews of all the different sleeping products. So I think sleep education is a huge category. I've seen someone recently start doing sleep consulting. So you give them your Oura Ring report, and they actually tell you like, hey, you need to not do this at night. Hey, you need to do this in the day. I was like, I didn't even realize that there was that much information about how to sleep so much better. Next up is searches for sleep advice. So best mattresses 2019. There's over 45,000 searches. Best mattress toppers, which are amazing. If you don't have a mattress topper, it's the cheapest way to upgrade your sleep. Foam mattresses, neck pain, back pain, whatever it is. So there's a lot of opportunity around sleep advice out there that people are wanting. As well, sleep apps and trackers. So there's Sleep Cycle, which I loved. This is a crazy thing that we found out. Sleep app searches is twice meditation app searches. Isn't that interesting? So from a category perspective, you always just want to say, if you're gonna spend the same amount of time on something, look for the one that has a bigger opportunity. And so sleep is a giant one in there. As well as there's sleep products. So mattresses we've talked about, weighted blankets we talked about, premium pillows, blue light blockers, maybe it's tint for windows, maybe it's the scent of your room, maybe it's an air filtration thing, that's what I have in my bed. So think about what is the sleep product for you to do out there. This is one I'm really excited about as well, which is basically sleep medicine. So melatonin gummies, you can see melatonin gummies, blue light blockers have exploded in recent years as sleep has become such a thing people are trying to improve on. So I love that supplements and tablets and drugs are becoming more available to help people sleep better. One thing I do want to highlight in terms of these, or maybe in terms of the products, if it's very easy for you to make the product and go on Alibaba and just like create it and have it, it's gonna be very easy for someone else to do that. So you do wanna try to figure out, all right, can I focus on a specific type of customer? Maybe it's gonna be sleep for a certain type of person, or is it gonna be really hard for everyone to copy me? So as you're working on this business or any of these business ideas, take a little second to think about that. Next category I'm really excited about is fermented foods. What's up, my kimchi people? So the global fermented food market, this is a stat that just sounds wild, which is the fermented market in the next 5 years is gonna be a $60 billion market. Fermented. The 2019 study showed that it increased alone in 2019 149% in fermented foods. And so you might even be like, what's fermented foods? Kombucha, kimchi, cheese. There's a lot of stuff out there that is actually fermented that I didn't even realize. As I was recommending it earlier in the video, we did look at Reddit R fermentation. And their subscribers doubled over the last year to hit 100,000 people checking out this topic. And so as well, companies focusing on doing fermentation technology. Mom, I want to grow up and do fermentation technology. They raised almost $500 million in the first half of 2020. So let's talk about big brands in the space. Who are the big fermentation companies? JT Kombucha. I don't know. I couldn't think of anybody else. Could you? Who's another kimchi or another fermentation company? And that is an awesome opportunity because if you don't know of one, you could be the one to start one. Let's talk about some opportunities that you could take advantage in the fermented food space. So fermented alcoholic drinks, I have seen a lot of these with these hard kombuchas, and they are supposed to grow 40% in the next few years. Hard kombucha is almost as popular, if not more popular, than White Claw. And I think that's really, really fascinating and also an interesting opportunity for people to create businesses around. Another category that's really exciting is DIY fermentation kits. So kimchi recipe, over 100,000 searches a month. That is wild. Kefir grains, cheese making, kombucha kit, tempeh starter, yogurt starter. There is a lot of opportunity to either be creating the kits to let people do it at home or teach them how to do it at home. A lot of us were stuck at home this year from COVID, so we all take up new hobbies. I got into winemaking, so I've been making mango wine. And what's fascinating about that is that a lot of the actual, the tools you need to build, they're kind of still a little bit complicated to find and figure out, as well as the information on it is still pretty rough. I had to go look on YouTube and there's just not a lot of great content. Mostly it's people making wine out of their toilet. Okay, bad joke. But it means that there's an opportunity for you to either create the products or create people teaching them how to make the products for themselves. Can you stretch your little finger for me and hit that like button if you've gotten one thing out of this video so far? Just one. Boop. One thing I want to highlight where you're like, well, no, there's already a kombucha drink out there. How many Mexican restaurants are in your city? More than one. There is room for you to compete. What I would recommend for you is as you're competing, figure out your angle. Are you Mexican fusion? Are you Mexican the cheapest? Are you going to be Mexican the expensivest? Whatever it is, try to pick an angle where it's easy for you to win. And don't worry about the competitors. There's always going to be competition. All right, number 5, I literally just got this as a gift as well, which is mushroom products. The global fungi industry is forecasted to be $86 billion by 2025. These numbers just sound so crazy. Think about this. Just see if you know this one. Do you know what mud water is? Over 200,000 people are searching for mud water each month. That is aka mushroom coffee. I just got it. It kind of just tastes like regular coffee, but it just sounds a lot cooler. But it's interesting that people have gotten so excited about this. And so if you go to Reddit Mycology, their subscriber base grew 300% in the previous year, which is bonkers. I guess people love mushrooms. I love a good mushroom pizza. So there's a few big brands in the space. Maybe you guys have heard of them. Four Sigmatic, my buddy Taro runs it. They have gotten gigantic, over 200,000 visitors a month. As well as you've probably heard him on the Tim Ferriss podcast, and that's the brand that I have at home. Done a really good job with mushroom tea, mushroom coffee, a lot of different mushroom products. As well, a company that came out of Berkeley, Go Bears, where I'm from, called Back to the Roots. I literally just got this as a gift as well. I like mushrooms. Where you basically put this box, you water it, and you get mushrooms, and you can eat them at home. So what are the opportunities in this space? Mushroom supplements. So the Amazon search volume for mushroom supplements has 10x in 2020. That is amazing. So there's a lot of different mushroom supplement varieties. Again, if you're also not into mushrooms, a lot of times what I like to do is, how can I get inspired by the mushroom category and copy it maybe in the carrot category? Or there's have you heard of tiger nuts? I bought those, they're okay. But again, the point is maybe you can copy it in a new vertical and get inspired by this. Other categories is homegrown mushroom kits. I talked about the Back to the Roots guys. Think about this, the growth of mushroom growers is 10x in the past few years. And the best-selling mushroom kit we found, the Back to the Roots one, they do over $132,000 a month on Amazon. I love when people get rich in weird-ass ways. So again, can you actually provide the kits for people to do this stuff at home, whether it's mushrooms or maybe it's gonna be something else? And lastly, this is a really neat one, mushroom foraging excursions. So let's actually Google that. Mushroom. So when I searched this right here, I actually thought there would be a lot of hey, here's sign up for our trip. Hey, sign up for our trip, but there's not. That's an opportunity. But there's over 500,000 hashtag mushroom hunting on Instagram. So I'm actually kind of surprised there's not events and travels and experiences around mushrooms and other kind of vegetable or homegrown kind of activities just like that. There's a lot of amazing business ideas out there. At the end of the day, just get started on whatever idea you're excited about and solve your own problem. What's the moral of the story with all these different business ideas? Number 1, pick big ass categories. You're gonna live the same amount of life either way, so why not do it on an opportunity that's so much bigger? I've wasted so much time on it's let me do ads on a little site. It's how big of money can you actually make from it? Number 2, solve your own problems first. Just solve it. It doesn't matter. Just solve your own problem. You're going to be satisfied with the outcome. And lastly, the best time to get started is right now. I hate when people say yesterday. I'm like, well, yesterday's past. If you want to see me take one of these ideas from this list and show you how I would go about starting that business in under 48 hours, make sure you check out that video right here to learn for yourself. I'm going to see you out there, and I love you.